Good morning, time to rise and shine. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Thanks so much for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. But let's go ahead and get things started, though, with a look at the forecast. Nicole Hernandez is joining us this morning in for Thomas. And Nicole, you're telling us about some rain, though. So how is this rain going to impact our day?
Really, for most of us, not going to do much, luckily. This is just some lingering moisture, some lingering showers from the low pressure system that we've been talking about, moving its way through, really above us, through Canada. This morning, we did see some lingering showers kind of through the Sandpoint area, through the Palouse, through Wallace as well. But for the most part, those have started to move their way out as this low pressure system continues to move its way from west to east above us out in Canada. As you look forward to the rest of the day, you can kind of see some of that moisture linger along the north part of our region there, kind of sticking. Omak maybe getting some, Sandpoint maybe getting some lingering showers throughout the day, but for the most part, most of us are done with those rain chances, which is good news. But today really ends up feeling like a pretty typical fall day.
Taking a look now at this morning's top stories, a Spokane man pleaded guilty to a drive-by shooting outside of a downtown Spokane bar last year.
Court documents show Jonathan Love shot 3 people outside of Lucky's bar in April of 2022. 2 of the victims were shot in the head, but thankfully all of the victims have since recovered. Love pleaded guilty to 3 counts of assault. He's set to be sentenced on November 3rd.
New in the last 12 hours, an Idaho judge ordered that the remains of J.J. Vallow, the son of Lori Vallow, will now go to his grandparents. Vallow was sentenced back in July to life in prison for the deaths of her 2 own children, J.J. and his sister Tylee. But even though J.J.'s remains are being returned back to his family, his extended family, Tylee's remains are still being held by investigators. This morning, J.J.'s grandparents say they are waiting for both children's remains to finally lay them to rest together. KREM 2 received a statement from the grandparents. It reads in part, quote, "The last several years have been filled with pain and grief as we traveled through this long, arduous road. We have waited and prayed for this day for so long and are immeasurably relieved that JJ will finally be laid to rest."
Well, last night, the Spokane City Council introduced and passed a resolution reaffirming Spokane's commitment to inclusion and belonging. The resolution calls on council to investigate all credible reports of hate crime incidents and threats against minority groups.
Starting today, the soil of Spokane will be a little bit richer. The Lands Council alongside the city are planting 100 new trees in several locations across the city, including West Central and Hilliard. It's all because of a program called Spokanopy that helped identify places where trees are needed. 1 year ago, Gonzaga released maps identifying Spokane's urban heat islands. So these are areas that see hotter temperatures, and one of the reasons are a lack of trees. The planting event starts today and wraps up on Thursday.
Kootenai County commissioners have some tough decisions to make surrounding a new justice center.
The project was supposed to cost an estimated $22 million. Now that number has grown to more than $38 million. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk reports from Coeur d'Alene this morning.
At this point, I cannot tell you what this project will ultimately cost the county. The numbers could go up or they could go down.
Kootenai County Commissioner Bruce Matari claims he was kept in the dark about the rising costs of the county's proposed justice center and jail expansion. Even the county's finance director says she only learned of the actual cost this fall. Shovels have already hit the dirt.
So yes, the funding is super unfortunate, but right now what's proposed could be to cut down the project, stop the project, different things that are not going to benefit the Kootenai County or the taxpayers.
Commissioner Leslie Duncan admits there was a breakdown in communication and the process hasn't been perfect. Last year, an architect estimated the project's cost to be around $22 million, and commissioners allocated $24 million in American Rescue Plan funds to pay for the expansion. Now, the construction company says it will be closer to $38 million.
That breakdown has led this board to make multi-million-dollar decisions under a false set of assumptions.
Commissioners may have to dip into the county's cash reserves or alter the project entirely.
If my property taxes have to go up as a result of mismanagement of where we are at the moment, I think there are a lot of people who are going to be upset about it.
Commissioners and many community members agree the project is long overdue. Sheriff Robert Norris says the jail is about 100 inmates over capacity. The county prosecutor says his office is also overcrowded. Some attorneys are working in closets. In Coeur d'Alene, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
In a matter of hours, the House of Representatives are expected to hold a vote for the new Speaker of the House.
The frontrunner for Congress's top spot, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan, spent yesterday trying to rally votes.
We'll listen to concerns you may have. I think none of those concerns are anything that we can't address. So I feel good about where we're at.
If all of the members are present for the vote, Jordan needs 217 to become Speaker. While Jordan has swayed many holdout Republicans to his side, at least 6 say that they will not support his bid. So with just 221 Republicans in the House, that will leave Jordan just shy of the votes that he needs. And that brings speculation that Republicans may need to cut a deal with Democrats in order to seat a new Speaker. But a deal with the Democrats is what got the last Speaker ousted in the first place.
Well, if you're anything like me this morning, you're going to walk outside and think, oh, it's a little bit chilly, it's a little bit windy, which is kind of exactly what's happening out there. We are in the 40s this morning instead of the 50s here in the Spokane area, and winds about 15 miles per hour for the moment. As the morning continues, those winds will calm right down. Across the region, though, those cooler temperatures are sticking around. We're sticking in the 40s this morning, and then as we look forward to the rest of the day, we're not warming up as much as we did yesterday, sticking in the low 60s or high 50s, depending on where you're at, which is actually average for this time of year.
The general election is Tuesday, November 7th, exactly 3 weeks from today. This year, voters will elect the next mayor of Spokane and city council president. So we want to help you learn more about the candidates running for those seats. So chief journalist Amanda Rowley asked each of them to spill the tea on who they are and where they stand on the important issues. Tonight, we kick things off with Mayor Nadine Woodward.
Doing the right thing doesn't always get you the result you want, but you still have to do the right thing. We did the right thing in engaging the state in this. They have assured us that there's not going to be another Camp Hope on WashDOT property. We're going to hold them to their word.
Amanda met with Mayor Woodward ahead of the primary election in August. We'll share that interview tonight on KREM 2 News at 6 p.m. and tune in all week long to catch Amanda's interviews with mayoral candidate Lisa Brown and council president candidates Betsy Wilkerson and Kim Please. It's time for your wake-up call. Today is National Pasta Day. So this morning we're asking, what is your favorite pasta recipe or dish? Here's what you're saying. Someone said they love spicy vodka pasta sauce. Someone else wrote in spaghetti, mac and cheese, and then what is this, baked?
Baked ziti.
Baked ziti. Why can't I think of what? I probably have had this.
It's like a baked pasta dish that you put in the oven. It's really good.
So yes,
yes.
The answer is yes.
All pasta is good.
All pastas. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. You can always write into our show by texting us 509-448-2000.